Hi guys, this is Val from Val K Inc. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are just looking at some pre-orders that finally came in. First up, we of course are going to be looking at Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei, and this is the new Blu-ray that just came out recently. Here it is from Nozomi and Right Stuff. There we go. I, as you can tell, really do love this series. It's been a long time since I watched this. And I want to show you guys the disc art. This is about a suicidal man who has many gripes with the ills of society, and he discusses it with his, basically his class, I guess. This is the pre-order edition that came with the liner notes, and I knew this was going to be a pretty thick book. I didn't expect this. This thing is hefty. I've started reading through this actually, and there are so many more details in every episode than I ever even realized back when I first watched this show. It's definitely a commentary on society in Japan and just society at large. Just an interesting show. I really like it. It's a very, how should I say, dark humor to this, so if you're not into that, this will not do much for you. It's not as crazy, but it does have its moments, so yeah, it's a hard one to recommend to people, but people who love this, so I definitely had to get this, and of course that's why I had to bring out the big Zetsubo Sensei poster as the background. But yeah, that's the first big thing. I definitely want to rewatch this in the coming months, and definitely alongside all of the liner notes, because there's so much more to this series. I'm hoping that we get the rest of Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei. There's a few other series that include him. That would be really cool to get. But let's move on from that to some more pickups that are Discotek releases. Next up is the Lupin the Third Discotek goodness. This, of course, my favorite Lupin. This is Lupin the Third Part 1, and this is episodes 1 through 23, the classic adventures. These are closest to the manga chapters, being based on a lot of the actual original manga chapters. I love this art. I was so excited when I pulled this out and saw this cover. It just, this looks so good. This also has an HD remaster and an English dub. And the disc art is so good. I love this Lupin. The way this Lupin looks and this Fujiko, oh my heart. I love them. Anyway, the reverse art is the cover if you are into that. And here is the rest of the disc arts. Look at that Zenigata. That's good stuff. Again, this is one of the harder ones to recommend to people, just because not everyone is into old 70s animation. It is a little slow in parts. It's got some weird pacing, honestly. I personally like it, but for the most part, I understand why a lot of people in the Lupin community kind of like newer Lupin. But for me, I really like this one. Next up, of course, is Lupin the Third Mystery of Momo. This being the classic original Lupin film, Momo's Mysterious Secret. I've said a lot about this one already. I'm just really, really excited to have it in this Blu-ray form, and all of the dubs are on this. It's remastered. I'm really curious to watch this one and see how it compares to the Pioneer DVD I have. I'm expecting great things. I am going to do a more in-depth Lupin haul this year, as I've been doing for the past, I don't know, 3 years now. But I think I might do a haul where it's absolutely every Lupin thing I own and compare Blu-rays to DVDs. Would that be fun? Are you guys into that? I've been thinking about doing that. Next, more Lupin from Discotek. This time it is Lupin Episode 0 First Contact. This is a reimagining of all of the gang meeting each other. It's very fun. I actually enjoy this one a lot. Here is the disc art. Everyone looks really good there. Jigun has really bushy hair in this. And the inside art is the same as the cover, which doesn't surprise me. Again, another one I'm really looking forward to rewatching. It's been a while, you know, since I've watched all the original DVDs that I collected a few years ago. And I'm always willing to rewatch Lupin. I mean, I always have a good time with Lupin. Next up, we have Darkstalkers, the complete OVA collection. I was so excited when this got announced. I really, really wanted to own this. I'd never owned this one before. I've seen it before, never owned it. It's been a long time. I love Darkstalkers. Any kind of like fighting video game stuff with really intense characters, I'll always really enjoy. Here is this other art, which I think is great. And then the reverse is, of course, this art. I already flipped it because I like this one so much. And here is the beautiful Morgan disc art. Yes! I'm excited to watch this one. Like I said, I never owned this, so it's just like nice to own this one finally. And I definitely think I want to do a Valkyrie chats about it. I want to chat probably with Dylan or someone, just to, you know, talk about some of these older OVAs that are finally getting out into Blu-ray form. Here's another one that I never owned, but I was kicking myself when I didn't get the DVDs. This is Cat's Eye, and this is the complete first season. Cat's Eye, I definitely know better than the other work, which is escaping my mind right now. But City Hunter, that's what I was thinking of. Cat's Eye is so good, you guys. It's just... everyone's like, oh, it's City Hunter with girls, but I actually know Cat's Eye first. And I've never seen all of it, but I definitely enjoy it. It's got a real, like, city pop vibe to it. It's just, oh, it's very cool. And I love this disc art. This is so neat. Yes, and even this art of, like, the little stickers. Oh, man. Cat's Eye is good. This came in, and all of this stuff came in, actually, and I wanted to watch it right away. And sometimes I get paralyzed with choice, where I'm like, there's too much that I want to watch at once. But there's Cat's Eye. Next up, I knew I would be getting this as soon as it got announced. I'm actually surprised that Discotek is putting this out alongside Crunchyroll, but this is Skullface bookseller Honda-san. This is so fun. I recommend this if you've ever wanted to watch just a fun anime about a work environment, especially about books and manga. This one's fantastic. This is one that I would put on for anyone, really. It's just that good of a watch. And there's our sweet Skullface bookseller himself. Yeah, I'm excited to watch this. I watched this on Crunchyroll, kind of on a whim, and I was like, oh, I actually really, really like this. So yeah, it was nice that we got this one. I was afraid it would stay online forever and no physical release, but as you know, I prefer physical releases. Next up, I didn't know if I would pick this up. This, of course, is Ninja Robots, the complete series. I got really invested watching kind of the arc of this with Discotek because they were searching everywhere for the lost English dub. And, you know, whenever it's a case of like an anime needs to not be lost, or at least a part of it shouldn't be lost, I'm just like, yeah, I hope they get all that. I hope they get all that. People that like this should get all that. And then, you know, I was following it, retweeting whenever they said they needed stuff, just in case anyone who comes across my tweets could help. And they ended up getting all of the dub, except for, I think, a part of an episode. And some of the Discotek guys had to go and do a little voice work, which, you know, considering this only aired in, I want to say the South Pacific or something, that's amazing. So, why do I have this? I don't know anything about Ninja Robots. I wasn't invested other than the story of it, of this coming to Blu-ray. But then on a Discotek stream, they actually put up a couple of the episodes just so we could hear what this lost dub was. And it was so funny. It felt like they were still trying to be respectful to the material, but it was still done with this like farcical humor. Nothing like mean-spirited, but definitely a little tongue-in-cheek. And I was just kind of enraptured watching. I was like, you know what, that's actually kind of interesting, and I want it for the dub more than anything. So I ended up picking up Ninja Robots. It was very smart on their part to go ahead and put that in the stream, because look, now I have my own copy. But it also just looks like a fun show. I like the characters. As I was telling that story, I was showing you guys the inside art. They did a lot with this. Like, this set looks really, really good. Like, I love the way they did their disc art for this with the stripe of color and the character art. It's a really nice release for something that, you know, originally I had no attachment to, but now I was so happy that I have it. So that was the last thing to come in, or one of the first. Oh, this came in late because I ordered it alongside Sayonara Zetsuo Sensei, and this got delayed. That's what pushed my copy back. I'm sure everyone else has already watched this and had their opinions of the dub, but it's my turn now. So yeah, definitely want to get into that. That is pretty much everything out of this haul. I'm really, really excited with all of this. And I just want to say hi to all my subscribers. You guys rock. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys!